Hey, it's your tutor Courtney Waterman, lover of anime, manga, and math. And this is another session of Tutor Me Senpai. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Courtney, and this is another session of Tutor Me Senpai. We're back with another 7th grade topic, complementary angles. If you see my previous video on supplementary angles, this should be very similar. But if you have any questions about what we see today, or even some of your own homework, feel free to put in the comment box below, or you can visit me on Facebook at Tutor Me Senpai. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like, it really helps the channel. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be aware of whenever I drop my next videos. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into our question for today. So our question for today has this right angle that's separated into two different angles, TUW and WUV. Now we know that TUW is 32 degrees, but we don't know what WUV is. That is what we're trying to find today. If you're unsure what this notation means, this simply says find the measure of your angle WUV. Now, if you start with this first letter and trace the angle to the end, that is how you find what angle this is talking about. So WUV is that angle. And it wants to find the measure of that angle. So we put an X here and we will find X. So we already know the measure of angle TUW. That is 32 degrees. So you see this right angle here is broken up into 32 degrees and X. We're going to solve for X, but we already know that we have 32 degrees to work with. So if you've seen my last video on supplementary angles, you know that if two angles are supplementary, that means when you add them together, they're going to have to equal 180. Complementary angles are very similar, but instead of this 180, when you add two complementary angles together, you're going to get 90 degrees. So you see we have a right angle that's separated into two angles, and we know that right angles are 90 degrees. So this question is really just asking us to find out what X, when added to 32, gives us 90 degrees. So we can write that in the following way. 90 degrees equals the measure of angle TUW plus the measure of the angle WUV. Now we know what TUW is, so we're going to write 32 here, but we don't know what this is. We put an X here, so we'll just put an X here as well. So 90 degrees equals 32 degrees plus X. What X, when you add it to 32, gives us 90? Well, you can simply subtract 32 from both sides, and you get 58 degrees. So our missing angle, WUV, is actually 58 degrees. And you can check that once again by adding the two angles. If they give you something other than 90 degrees, then you did something wrong. Check your math again. So 58 plus 32, 10, carried 1, 6, boom, 90 degrees. I checked my math and it pans out. This is our final answer. X, or in this case, WUV, is 58 degrees. So that concludes another session of Tutor Me Senpai. Today, once again, we visited 7th grade to tackle complementary angles. Now, if you've seen my last video on supplementary angles, you notice that they was very similar. The only difference is supplementary looks at 180 degrees, But complementary looks at 90 degrees. You do the same steps. You add two angles, and whatever they equal has to be 90 for complementary angles and 180 for supplementary angles. If you have any question about what you saw today, feel free to put them in the comment box. I would love to help where I can. Or if you have a question about your own homework and the comment box is just a little bit too small, feel free to visit me on Facebook at Tutor Me Sempai. If you found this video helpful, why don't you leave a like, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are aware whenever I drop my next videos. If today wasn't that easy for you, don't get discouraged. If you keep practicing, and keep practicing some more, eventually you will get it. Math needs a lot of practice. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I really hope this helped with your homework, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Courtney, and this has been another session of Tutor Me Sempai.